Hello children, how are you? Now again here with our Puri sir, and today we are going to start another new unit, seventh, that is dual nature of matter, dual nature of matter, dual nature of matter and radiation that we are going to learn. Dual nature of matter and radiation. Dear children, today we are going to discuss about this introduction part of this unit. Earlier in our last unit, we have seen the different phenomenon like that of interference, diffraction that we have seen in our last unit, that were established that light is of wave nature. We have seen. Yes, and also we have seen the Maxwell equations and Maxwell equations of electromagnetism. Maxwell equations of electromagnetism, that also we have seen. Maxwell equations of electromagnetism and Hertz experiment, that also we have seen. Hertz experiment on the production and detection of electromagnetic waves, that we have seen. In the year 1886, strongly supported the concept of wave nature of light. That experiment also support the wave nature of light, that also we have seen. Now, also we know that the electrons are the fundamental particles. Also we know that we have discussed earlier that electrons are the fundamental particles and are universal constituents of matter. That also we know. So my dear children, in the 20th century, the discoveries of photoelectric effect, by a scientist named Hertz, that we are going to see. And another theory, that is the theory given by Strack, another scientist, Strack, that were explained by quantum theory of light, that we are going to see. Quantum theory of light. And what is this theory, sir? We will see in this chapter. So according to this theory, the light consists of a packet of energy. Which travels in a straight line. With a packet of energy. And which travels in a straight line with the speed of light. That is c. That is 3 into 10 raised to the power 8 meter per second. Is it clear? This is the theory given by Strack. Each packet of energy each packet of energy is called photon, or quantum of light, and the energy of that photon is given by formula E बराबर h nu. It is a nu. H is a Planck constant, और nu बराबर c by lambda, or I can say nu is equal to c by lambda. H is the Planck constant. H is the Planck constant. C is the velocity of light. Lambda is the wavelength. Lambda is the wavelength of light. So the particle nature of light was established. So I can say particle nature of light. So write down particle nature of light. Particle nature of light are established. Earlier we have seen wave nature. So particle nature of light was established. As some phenomena of light were explained, some phenomena of light were explained by the wave theory of light. By the wave theory of light. Some phenomena are explained on the wave theory of light and some by the particle nature of the light. So we conclude that light is of dual nature. We are going to see light is of dual nature. Okay, earlier we have seen interference, diffractions, they are explained by wave theory of light. But here we are explaining the particle nature of light. Okay, तो इन दिस यूनिट जो हम यूनिट पढ़ने जा रहे हैं, व्हाट वी आर गोइंग टू लर्न सर, तो इन दिस यूनिट वी शैल स्टडी अबाउट द ड्यूअल नेचर, वी शैल स्टडी द ड्यूअल नेचर ऑफ रेडिएशन एंड मैटर, ऑफ रेडिएशन एंड मैटर, दैट वी आर गोइंग टू लर्न हियर. Dual nature of radiation and matter. Okay, so this is just the introduction of wave nature, wave theory of light, and particle nature of light. Here, first we are going to learn free electrons in metals. That also we have seen. Free electrons in metals. Free electrons in metals. Here. Earlier in unit first we have seen conductors, semiconductors, insulators like this. In metals, the electrons in metals, the electrons in the outer shell. Outer shell means valence shell, outermost orbit. We can say in metals the electrons in the outer shell, electrons in the outer shell, that is called valence electron. क्या कहेंगे उसको हम बच्चों? Valence electron. We know sir, we have learned in chemistry. So electrons in the outer shells of the atoms are loosely bound. So electrons are loosely bound in metals in the outermost orbit. They are quite free to move. They are quite free to move inside the metals only. They are quite free to move easily within the metal surface. Easily within the metal surface. Is it clear? Yes sir. But ये अंदर ही अंदर तो मूव कर सकते हैं, but they cannot leave the surface. But they cannot leave the surface. Such loosely bound electrons, so such loosely bound electrons, such loosely bound electrons, such loosely bound electrons are called free electrons. They are called free electrons. Write down this definition. These are called free electrons. The loosely bound electrons available in the metals are called free electrons. Now, so what is the conclusion from this discussion? जो भी इलेक्ट्रॉन अवेलेबल है मेटल सरफेस में वो अंदर ही अंदर मूव करेगा. They cannot leave the surface. So I can say the free electrons in the metal can move about freely inside the metal surface only. They can move freely inside the metal surface only, but cannot leave the surface. Those free electrons cannot leave the surface. तो उसके लिए क्या करें सर? We have to provide some energy. So for that I can say, अगर आपको मेटल में से फ्री इलेक्ट्रॉन्स को बाहर निकालना है तो you have to provide some energy to it. That energy which we will provide here, we can explain it is by work function. So what is work function here? Work function of a metal surface. Work function of a metal surface is the minimum energy by an electron, to just escape from the metal surface. To just escape from the metal surface. So as to overcome the restraining forces of the surface. उस सरफेस के अंदर उन इलेक्ट्रॉन को जो बाउंड कर रखा है, उन फोर्सेस को हम बोलते हैं रिस्ट्रेनिंग फोर्सेस. उन फोर्सेस को तोड़ करके इलेक्ट्रॉन्स को बाहर निकालना, that energy is called work function. Write down. That is called work function. Work function of a metal is generally denoted by a symbol phi naught here. This is the symbol for work function. So my dear children, the work function is symbolized by phi naught and usually measured in electron volt. It is usually measured in electron volt. Yes, sir. Now, the another introductory term here is electron emission. What do you mean by electron emission? The phenomenon of emission of electrons from the surface. Emission of electrons from the surface. From the surface of a metal. Surface of a metal is called electron emission. Yes, sir. किसी भी मेटल सरफेस से इलेक्ट्रॉन को बाहर निकालना वो कहलाएगा इलेक्ट्रॉन एमिशन. The free electron in the metal at room temperature, free electrons available in the metal at room temperature, they cannot leave the surface of metal. They cannot leave the surface due to restraining forces. Due to the restraining forces of a metal. So I can say the energy possessed by the electron is less than the energy possessed by the electron is less than the work function of the metal. So electron emission from a metal surface is possible if the energy possessed by the electron is more than the work function, इलेक्ट्रॉन की एनर्जी अगर वर्क फंक्शन से ज्यादा हो जाएगी, then they can leave the surface, otherwise not. Okay, so required energy for the electron emission. So the required energy for the electron emission from the metal surface can be supplied to the free electrons by a phenomenon that is called photoelectric emission. That is called photoelectric emission. Here, उन इलेक्ट्रॉन को इतनी एनर्जी प्रोवाइड करना कि वो मेटल सरफेस से बाहर आ जाए, उसको हम यहां पर बोलेंगे फोटो इलेक्ट्रिक एमिशन. ओके, तो वी आर गोइंग टू डिस्कस फोटो इलेक्ट्रिक एमिशन. व्हाट इज दैट? Photoelectric emission, it is the phenomenon of emission of electron. It is the phenomenon of emission of electron. It is the phenomenon of emission of electrons from the surface of metal. From the surface of metal. From the surface of metal. From the surface of metal, when the light radiation of suitable frequency, when the light radiation of suitable frequency fall on it, light radiation of suitable frequency fall on it. Is it clear? The light radiation of suitable frequencies fall on it. Here the energy of the free electrons for their emission is being supplied by the light photons. कहां से आती है एनर्जी? The energy comes from photons. Here, the energy to the free electrons for their emission is being supplied by the photon, and the emitted electrons जो होते हैं, ये जो भी इलेक्ट्रॉन यहां से निकलेंगे, the emitted electron are called photoelectrons. They are called photoelectrons. Write down. They are called photoelectrons. So my dear children, the number of photoelectrons, so I can say the number of photoelectrons emitted depend on the intensity of the incident light. Write down. So I can say here, so write down here, the emitted electrons are called photoelectrons, and I can say the number of photoelectrons emitted depend on the intensity of incident light. Depend on the intensity of incident light. Here. Okay? So this is photoelectric emission. Okay? Now, write down. Now, in this chapter, we are going to discuss a very important experiment and discussion, photoelectric effect. Photoelectric electric effect. Photoelectric effect. What is that? It is a phenomenon of emission of electron. It is a phenomenon of emission of electrons from the surface of metals. From the surface of metals. From the surface of metals. When radiation of suitable frequencies, when radiations of suitable frequencies fall on it, the emitted electrons are called photoelectrons. The emitted electron fall on them, कह दीजिए fall on them, and the emitted electrons are called photoelectrons. And the current so produced is called photoelectric current. The current so produced is called photoelectric current. Is it clear? So my dear children, I can say here the different materials emits photoelectrons. So I can say the different materials emit photoelectrons when they are exposed to the radiation of suitable frequencies. When they are exposed to the radiation of suitable frequencies or wavelength. For example, the metal like that of lithium, sodium, potassium, etc. shows photoelectric effect with the visible light. This shows the photoelectric effect. These substances shows the photoelectric effect with the visible light. While that of some other materials, like that of zinc, cadmium, magnesium, they are sensitive only to ultraviolet light. They are sensitive only when ultraviolet light is there. So it depends metal to metal, metals to materials. Okay? Yes, sir. Now, we see and small discussion about what is the observation made by Hertz. Hertz observations for the phenomenon of photoelectric emission. Just introduction part. What Hertz observed. So, the phenomenon of photoelectric emission was discovered by Hertz in the year 1887 when he was working with his electromagnetic waves experiment जब कर रहा था तो उसके साथ ही इन्होंने ये photoelectric emission भी देखा. While studying experimentally the production of electromagnetic waves by means of spark discharge that we have seen earlier. There is so when a suitable radiations fall on a metal surface. when a suitable radiation fall on the metal surface, on the metal surface, some electrons near the surface, some electrons near the surface absorb enough energy from the incident radiation, absorb enough energy from the incident radiation, that is so. Due to it जब एनर्जी एब्जॉर्ब कर लेगा, then what you observed, so due to it they are able to overcome the attraction of the positive ion, overcome the attraction of the positive ions in the material, positive ion of the material. Attraction of the positive ion in the material, of the surface and escape to the surrounding space, This is the observation made by Hertz. Okay? So this is the just introduction part of photoelectric effect. So this is all about today. In our next module, we have to see a very important article, that is photoelectric effect experiment by Hollweg and Lenard observation that we will do in our next module. Okay.